counter traps for everybody. When your opponent activates a monster effect or spell a trap card that targets or Frightfur monsters you control, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. And then you can send one of those targeted Frightfur monsters to the graveyard. Why would there be two Frightfur monsters targeted at the same damn time? Penguin Soldier, perhaps? And if you do, special summon one level 8 or higher Frightfur fusion monster from your extra deck, but banish it during your next end phase. It's fucked up shit. I can't summon Frightfur Sheep off of this. This special summon is treated as a fusion summon. This card represents a card that I feel was needed for Frightfurs, and that is a way to prevent your opponent from easily wrecking your Frightfur Tiger. Rawr. Frightfur March isn't the card that I would really want, but beggars can't be choosers. But I wasn't begging. I ain't too proud to beg, nah. This card stops the usual suspects. Effect Veil of Phoenix Chain breakthrough skill on the field. Does not stop it in the grave because it says spell and trap card, not spell and trap effect. This is a counter trap, and it only protects Frightfur monsters by targeting effects. When you draw this card, you can't play it that turn. You would have to have had it a turn prior. And hopefully you was able to fuse into some Frightfur. I believe there is one main deck Frightfur, but that would be kind of cute if somebody really tried to veil of that main deck Frightfur and you just Frightfur March that shit. That would be frightening. Outside of that, this card will not be live that often. I think you're better off just playing Forbidden Lance. It kind of sort of handles the same problem, but if they got Veil, then fuck it. What are you going to do about it? Let's get to the good. Under the assumption that your opponent is dumb enough to play an effect Veiler, breakthrough skill from the field, and a Fiendish Chain, it could be a whole bunch of other crap, but if they do that shit, and you Frightfur March, which one are you summoning? Mad Chimera? I don't know the stats. I know it has some pretty decent effects, but the summoning restriction is ridiculous. Frightfur March, at least to me, basically says, well, as long as you're playing this card in your deck, you don't have to do it, but if you choose to, play at least one Mad Chimera in your extra deck. You have to banish it during your next end phase. So it can get killed, go to the graveyard, and it won't get banished. But even if the Mad Chimera gets banished, are you really going to miss it? I don't think so. This card is okay. It is not broken. I can see why people may think that it's better than it actually is because it is a counter trap. Just by looking at it, I feel like you can play just one copy because I do believe there is some card that searches Frightfur cards, which this is. But I don't think that this card is going to be live as much as people would think it is. It would be kind of cute, just one time. You get somebody with it. How big? But at the same time, I don't think that you would want too many copies of this because of the things that I also mentioned, but because if your opponent hits this early and you're playing multiple copies, they might be on high alert of this card being a thing. But that's assuming that your opponent isn't just oblivious or just chooses not to read the shit. A person that actually pays attention to what their opponent is playing because at any given time, they could play some shit that you never heard of that wrecks you. And Frightfur March could be one of those things. This is all assuming that you was playing Fluffle slash Frightfur in the first place. I'm not saying the deck's bad, but I'm just saying. And that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support little old me, now I'm actually pretty damn little. I don't even think I push 140. All I ask is spend literally seconds to click an advertisement. It helps and it contributes to me paying the rent and other living expenses. Thank you very much in advance. And of course, I'm grateful and appreciative if you could find some time to do that. There's going to more than likely be some hype behind this card, but and y'all can believe what you like. Make informed decisions about cards. You can hear what I say or other motherfuckers, but make up your own motherfucking mind.